von der FactSet Solutions GmbH, die hat mit Vermögensberatungsportalen zu tun. Und als Testleiterin hat sie vor allem zu tun mit Testverfahren, Testmanagementprozessen und agilen Testen. Und um was geht es diesmal? Es geht darum, unstabile Tests irgendwie zu eliminieren.
The Space Control Center. The guy in the right corner is monitoring functionality of a spacecraft. He has an instant feedback on his tests. If something goes wrong, he shouts, "Left engine is down," or "Hull breach." This is what I expected from my Selenium tests. Same precise and reliable feedback, so that after each test run I would be able to shout, "Houston, we have a problem. Scroll pods in Firefox are offset." So I designed around 20 suites, each focusing on its piece of functionality. A suite for alerting, a suite for session persistence, a suite for list management, and so on, all around 200 tests. Runtime 1 hour. These tests were running in all main browsers. It was an explicit requirement from the development team. We had to know that DOM elements are rendering correctly in all of them. The tests did not have to run headless. All these tests were scheduled to run nightly, even if there was no new deployment. In this way, I intended to catch up incompatibilities from uncontrolled third software updates in the first line of the browsers. Altogether, it did not work as expected. Instead of a space control center, I've got a bunch of flaky tests. By flaky tests, I mean, as you probably know, different test results in an unchanged configuration. We already applied a test framework, isolated data, controlled test environments, flaky tests persisted. The reason was Selenium tool itself. It was flaky. So normally ticking like a clock, suddenly WebDriver got blind and helpless. It could not see a DOM element, though it was visible. And each WebDriver required its special attention. I came to the conclusion that I should not build a space control center with Selenium. It is not the right tool for that, but it is still the right tool for testing my application. I made a breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and a fresh start. At first, I made a test suite using a completely different cross-functional test design. Namely, there was just one test for each functionality, not more, tying it all together. I called it sanity check. And I reworked this suite so many times together with the developers until it produced unchanged test results in each browser 20 times in a row. Sometimes I had to sacrifice an important functional step for that. Only afterwards, I took out all tests from nightly tests and scheduled sanity check to run nightly instead. Since then, we did not have flaky tests from nightly test runs anymore. As next, I discarded all tests to run in Firefox, Safari, Edge, and Internet Explorer, because these runs did not produce their own bugs additional to Chrome since 2 years. In this simple way, we got rid of flaky tests in non-Chrome web drivers. The last source of flakiness were all tests in Chrome itself. It was mainly caused by long duration of the test suites. But in a single page application which we have, you have to click through a lot until you get your DOM elements. To solve this problem, I created dummy test users with preloaded user session. That required a special change in the app source code itself, which developers gladly implemented for me after they realized I will not leave them in peace otherwise. I also reworked some old suits using the same cross-functional test design as in sanity check, so tests got shorter and more stable. I called them deep check. And I did not rush to rework all the tests because I realized that deep check should grow organically like a shell of a snail. All test suits have to be discarded in favor of new ones with greater coverage, unlike the sanity check, which should not change or should change as little as possible. I killed flaky tests by restructuring and reorganizing them, using many non-coding techniques, which help to leverage Selenium's strengths and mitigate its weaknesses. So, let's make a final overflight on them. Apply cross-functional test design. Use different test schedules dependent on your test goals. Minimize exposure to multiple web drivers and shortcut the way to the DOM elements. I did not build a space control center with Selenium, but I built a spacesuit and a moon rover. Selenium is a great tool, just use it wisely. So thank you and good luck.
Anastasia, thank you very much. Here to keep us in your memories.
Ich kann auch Deutsch.